Obesity is one of the most common diseases among societies around the world. In developing countries, the prevalence of obesity continues to rise, and obesity is occurring at younger ages. In California, 25.8% of the population aged 18 and above were considered obese as of 2014. Moreover, in Whittier, California, 28.7% of the population aged 18 and above were considered obese. These alarming statistics of obesity prevalence not only portray an overall poor dietary intake by Whittier residents, but they also promote an increasing prevalence of a metabolic syndrome characterized by insulin resistance, hypertension, or coronary heart disease. Obesity occurs as a result of excess accumulation of fat within the adipose tissue. Adipocytes are the cells present within the adipose tissue that physically store energy in the form of free fatty acids. Moreover, as individuals become obese, adipocytes enlarge and adipose tissue expands. This causes the activation of inflammatory pathways which increase their release of free fatty acids, an excess of which is known to inhibit glucose metabolism and induce insulin resistance that can potentially lead to type 2 diabetes. Fat substance is insoluble in water and therefore insoluble in blood. An excess release of free fatty acids can result in excess cholesterol embedded within the walls of the arteries, resulting in stiffened and narrowed arteries that limit the blood flow. The result of this mechanism is coronary heart disease, which can potentially lead affected individuals to their demise.
The most effective interventions for improving adipose tissue function include weight reduction and increasing physical activity. Whittier residents are fortunate to have several park sites within the community where they can combat obesity and development of life-threatening diseases by exercising. One of the biggest park sites in Whittier is the Founders Memorial Park located on Broadway Street, which provides long pathways for biking, walking, or jogging. The vast green body of the site and the tall palm trees located all around provide an all-around beautiful sight. The site is surrounded by nice neighborhoods that can create a sense of security for the visitors. Open space for walking, running, or even playing sports such as flag football or soccer creates an environment for a lot of community activities. Due to the lack of shade around the site, early morning or sunset hours are typically the best times for residents to frequent the site and perform any form of physical activity. Unfortunately, the memorial aspect of the park gives this place a ghostly feel. Founders Memorial Park used to be the site of a former cemetery dating back in 1881. Over time, the cemeteries became neglected and were not very well kept. Therefore, in 1967, the cemetery was declared abandoned, and some of the bodies were moved to other cemeteries, while the majority remained within the site. According to Whittier Museum, by 1968 the cemeteries were completely cleared of stones and the Founder Memorial Park was established. In 2013, vandals also damaged and stole some of the memorials, which have been replaced by the city of Whittier. Therefore, there were already a history of negligence as well as vandalism in this park that has kept people skeptical from visiting. Due to the history of this park, there are no restroom facilities available on the park site, which is one of the main priorities every park site must offer to visitors. Combating obesity at an early age by becoming more physically active is one of the best techniques to prevent obesity development. Unfortunately, Founders Memorial Park lacks a playground or jungle gym that would allow children to enjoy a fun time while being physically active.
Moreover, pets are not allowed in this park, which further diminishes the incentives of people to go out for a walk with their pets, especially considering that 31 to 47% of American households own a pet. In addition, there is a lack of lights installed around the walking pathways, which further prevent people from taking long walks after work or during dark hours. Founders Memorial Park also lacks drinkable water and water fountains, which is essential for visitors to refresh after an exercise. All these negative circumstances have prohibited for this park to be visited, used, and become a source of health-promoting and physical activity medium. Unless the right investment is done to this park, Founders Memorial Park will remain a ghostly place and not frequented.